welcome to this week's hashtag Toe to Toe. This week I'm joined by Spencer and Qais Ashfaq, Matchroom's latest signing. How have you been?
Yeah, I've been great. Just enjoying the perks of being a Matchroom boxer right now.
So just tell us how that happened, because it was in July last year that you signed with Haymaker, and now obviously you've signed with Eddie with Matchroom. So just explain how all that came about.
Yeah, like I say, I made the move to Haymaker. There was little things that went on in between all that. I decided that it wasn't for me, and Matchroom was the one that was always one of my main focuses in the beginning. So I went back to Matchroom, spoke to them, explained what had gone on, and got the contract sorted as soon as. Yeah,
and a lot of your amateur friends, amateur teammates, have all joined with Matchroom as well. You're quite close to all them, Anthony Fowler and Joe Cordina and everything like that.
Yeah, most of them, all the Olympic team anyway. Fowler, Okoli, Boatsy, Cordina, all them lads. They've signed in Matchroom, and obviously before I signed, I had a good chat with them, and they all said good things, so I thought, perfect, it sounds like the place to be for me.
And you come from Leeds, but where are you going to be training from now on? Who's going to be your trainer?
So I'm from Leeds, but I'm training in Manchester, mainly at the VIP and the Moss Side gym with the Kelvin Travis.
Kelvin Travis, yeah?
Kelvin Travis.
His son Nigel Travis, in box 1993 in the southern area, in the southeast divs in the final. Yeah, and he beat me on majority, and he really should. No, I'm being real. It should have been unanimous. He should have beaten me unanimous. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's never where you start though. It's always where you end up.
He was a tough man, wasn't he?
Listen, he's a tough and a good guy as well.
Lovely guy, lovely family.
The whole family are beautiful. So when I'm hearing that you're with those guys, they're just so nice. Mm-hmm. But they know boxing. Yeah. So you're in good hands. Trust me.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
So we've got lots to get through today, but we'll start with the first one that was tweeted in by someone called Babs. Which weight class will Qais be operating in, and who inspired him to start boxing?
So me, I'll be doing super bantamweight to start off with. I may grow into the weights, but super bantamweight to start. What inspired me to box was actually my cousin, Adnan. He used to box before me, and he used to come home with trophies, and he used to tell me all the stories about his fights. And I used to love it. I used to see his trophies, I used to think, I want one of them when I get a bit older.
Why didn't you just nick his ones then?
It was a good idea, but he noticed. He definitely noticed. But his dad, my uncle, he took me to the gym when I was 8, going on 9, and I loved it. At first, it was just the atmosphere, just enjoying being with the boys, being with the lads, having a good laugh and training, and getting fit at the same time. But then, as it went on, I remember my coach saying to me, "Do you want to start sparring?" I remember laughing, thinking, "Is he winding me up?" And he started sparring, went on. So natural progression really, and then started fighting. And at some point along the line, I realised I was quite good.
So when will be the first time that everyone can see you out?
So I'm fighting on the Next Gen show in Manchester on the 25th this month, February, and I can't wait. I've been itching for a good year now, and like I say, I'm raring to go.
So the next tweet is from James Fern. How far do you think Ted Cheeseman can go? Good performances at the weekend, but how would you see him getting on against a Brook or a Rabchenko, obviously reflecting on this weekend's action?
James Fern, that is a good question. I remember a few weeks ago we was on here and we were speaking about Ted Cheeseman when we had Lawrence Okoli on one side and Isaac Chamberlain on the other, and I said that was the fight that I was really looking forward to more than those two guys fighting. Now we flipped the page and now it seems like I was right. Ted Cheeseman is a Mark Kaler-esque, Tony Simpson-esque kind of blue chip collar fighter. And if Mark Kaler or Tony Simpson, who are great fighters in the 80s, were around today, they'd have won world titles. So why do I not think that Ted Cheeseman's going to go on and win it? He's going to go on and win a world title. It's too early to call Rabchenko or Kell Brook right now. These are world-class operators. But him getting a very good win over Carson Jones, and it was a very methodical, well-planned and thought-out win. Sky's the limits for him. I've always rated him, great fighter, and he's got a good head on his shoulders.
Did you see the fight at the weekend?
Yeah, I thought it was a great fight. It was a tough ass. Carson Jones, he's got a reputation. I've seen Ted since the amateur days, and he seems to be developing really well in the pros. And I think, like I say, right now you can't really compare him to Brook and Rabchenko, them sort right now. But as he moves along, I think he'll be more than capable of getting in the ring with him.
Steve Parsons tweeted in, now that we know the finalists in the cruiserweight WBSS, do you give Gassiev any chance against Usyk, or is Usyk just too good?
Well, the beating that Gassiev gave Dortikov, you got to sit down and say, well, this guy's serious. Listen, I rate Gassiev, but I just think that there's something uniquely special about Usyk. His movement and his timing. We saw him last time out. We had a bit of a rough and tumble fight, but that's because of applied pressure. If Gassiev can apply that pressure, then we don't know what's going to happen. But I will still slide for Usyk to come out victorious because he's got the better footwork, the better ring generalship, and he's an awkward southpaw. So that's the guy I'll be looking for Usyk to come out on top.
Who would you say come out
Exactly.
on top? You're nodding there. Do you agree with Spencer?
Without a doubt, exactly the same. Like, he's another person I've seen since
Man, you got sense.
It doesn't say that to everybody.
Usyk again, I've seen him since the amateurs. He's been dominating since I first set eyes on him. I remember him boxing Joe Joyce in WSB.
Exactly.
He boxed Joe Joyce in WSB. I've never seen no one control Joe Joyce the way Usyk did. So he's just got that X factor. There's something about him that I don't think any cruiserweight will beat him right now.
Here's one that includes one of your amateur teammates. Golovkin has tweeted, no, not the real one, but somebody else. How far do you think Buatsi can go?
Buatsi's a very good fighter. Even in the amateurs, they used to say in the pros, he's going to be something special. He's got that pro little style. He's good in close. He's very strong. He's very, very strong. And I think he's got all the makings to get right to the top and hopefully even get in that pound-for-pound list. I think he's an amazing fighter and I think the future is very bright for Buatsi.
What about you, Spencer?
Listen, I got a lot of stick recently on Twitter. Myself and Tony Bellew, so at least Tony took some of the flack as well. Where I'm stating that this guy, Joshua Buatsi, is very, very similar to Evander Holyfield in fighting style. And people say, oh, what you talking about? You don't know. Look how he fights and look how Evander Holyfield fights. Evander Holyfield's defense was his offense. Evander Holyfield would throw punches when you were down. It'd throw like a right hand would knock you down, but a left hook was coming back. He always finishes his combinations. He doesn't just throw like a big right hand. He finishes on with a combination shot. He's very, very classy. And I think the sky is the limit for the kid. All he's got to do is continue to train in the way that he does and learn. Sky's the limit. I've told you this from day dot about him and nothing's not changed. He's the new Evander Holyfield and I'm waiting now to see all the people sending out their tweets of hate for me, but it's all good.
You love it, really.
Yeah, I do. Of course I do. Keep on talking about me.
Matthew Robinson has asked, what division excites you the most right now? Loads of great fights coming up, haven't we?
I'll give you that one.
Yeah? Oh, okay. The welterweight division. By far, the welterweight division. If we look at the welterweight division and we look at the crop of talent right now who have world titles, and we're now the pound-for-pound fighter, best pound-for-pound fighter for me, as far as I'm concerned, is Terence Crawford. He's now moving up to 147 as well. Then you've got Errol Spence, who's a monster. You've got Keith Thurman, who could punch down scaffoldings. So we're looking at these guys, and then we got Khan and Brook, even though Brook's going to be moving up, but Amir Khan's still there, and I don't care what anyone wants to say. Amir Khan's hands are so fast, he should be a pickpocket. He's that fast, he's ridiculously fast. So that is the division that excites me the most. It's the greatest division in the world for me.
Is that a fight that you were desperate to see happen a bit as well?
He's just sold me again, hasn't he? He's spot on, like you say, they've got them fighters there. And once again, Terence Crawford, I've got to agree on that as well. Best pound-for-pound fighter for me as well.
You'd have him above Lomachenko?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm glad that you said it, because I said it all the time, and then I get hate and daggers thrown at me.
Do you know what? When he first boxed Gamboa, I was a Gamboa fan.
Yeah.
And what he did to him was unbelievable. And since that day, I've always said he's special. Since that day.
Here's one for you, Qais, from Super Frankie Lampard. If given an opportunity from any era, who would you fight in a fantasy matchup?
Me personally, just because he's one of my favourite fighters, Sugar Ray Leonard. He's always been one of my favourite fighters. I've watched him over the years, and just to get in the ring with him would be a pleasure. It'd be amazing. It'd be a dream come true, without a doubt.
Okay, well that's it. Tune in next week for more #toe-to-toe. My thanks to Spencer and Qais. Qais, we'll see you at the Next Gen show. And that's all. Thank you.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.